For the past 10 years, I've been teaching leadership in the classroom to college students to help them become career ready. And through that process, I learned some things. But mainly what I learned is, what if I told you all you need is one thing to be successful? In a world full of options, what if options dilute the one thing that you were meant to do? And so I went and got some speaking coaching, and CJ, the right-hand man of Dr. Eric Thomas, showed this image, and it all clicked for me. For Dr. Eric Thomas, he can do speaking programs, conferences, webinars, books, albums, podcasts, clothing. But speaking is the one thing. It's the tree trunk. And because he mastered it, he's become the #1 motivational speaker in the world. Let's use another example. LeBron James. He's started businesses, restaurants, schools. He's produced movies and acted. But basketball is the one thing. It's the tree trunk. And because he mastered it, he's become the #1 scorer and arguably the greatest NBA player of all time. Let's use another example. Beyonce. Right? One of the most recognizable entertainers in the world and arguably the greatest of her time. She's produced movies, acted in movies, started hair care products, started clothing businesses. But the music is the one thing. It's the tree trunk. And because she mastered it, she holds the record for the most Grammy Award wins of all time. For my college students in here, you can do internships, externships. You can do research with faculty, professional conferences. But the question that I have for you is, what's the one thing that all those things come back to? Does this make a little bit more sense now? All you need is one thing to be successful. And so this is where we created the one thing framework, where we start with a vision that takes you to your gifts through a vehicle that helps you find purpose and belief, which helps you find impact through one thing. And I'm going to use my life as an example of the one thing framework, because the one thing framework is all about loving what you do to impact others. And so I'm going to be honest with you. I found my one thing, and it wasn't an easy ride. When I was a young boy, I had a vision to be a husband and a father of a boy who would have my face and be responsible for his upbringing. And how many of you all know that when your vision gets clear, that's when the enemy attacks? And so I faced some things. I went from a 3.5 student to a 0.5 student after my brother was murdered. In high school, after the Army didn't want me, teachers helped me write an essay about serving my community through my grief and my depression that got me $15,000 to go to college. And I'll be honest, I floundered through college. I majored in criminal justice because I thought I would help kids not end up like my brother. And I graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and I went on a national job search. I applied for over 100 jobs and didn't get a single interview. I learned that you need more than a degree to get a job. I learned that it's not just about what you're learning in the classroom, but where you're leading in the community. And so I called my mom up and was like, "Hey, Mom, can I move into your basement?" And of course, she said yes. But she said, before you come home, go talk with your mentors on campus to see what you can do. And so I talked to my mentors, gave him my resume, told him my problems, and he said, "Your resume doesn't say criminal justice. It actually says student affairs." And I'll be honest, I was elated. I was a resident assistant, orientation leader, student center manager. I took students on alternate spring breaks to volunteer across the country. I was a multicultural affairs mentor. I did everything but criminal justice. Right? And so working with college students felt right. It's something that I've been doing. What I was a little bit nervous about, though, was getting a master's degree. And that's the power of vision, because vision helps you move forward even through your failures. Instead of focusing on the field that didn't want me, I focused on the field that did, student affairs. And next, we'll talk about finding your gifts. Your gifts are the tools that you use to make your vision become a reality. Your gifts are the things that you're naturally good at, your strengths, your traits, your skills that come easy to you, but may be hard for others. And so in this next picture, I was a hall director teaching an intergroup relations course to resident assistants. And I'm gonna be honest, in high school and college, my gift was maximizing student engagement. I planned events, I played sports. I practically did that in high school and college. But once I became a professional, I started volunteering to teach a course. And I spent 7 years volunteering that and teaching. And I learned a few things. First thing I learned that students would come up to me and say, "Hey, I had a great experience in your class." Also, I started noticing I had a natural talent for speaking. And then over time, I got skilled at it. And so what I want you to know about gifts is the gifts truly takes time to develop. Talents, skills, and gifts are all different. Talent is your natural ability, things that you're born with. Skills is the thing that you learn to do well over time. But gifts are when you stack talents on top of skills and gift them to the world. That's why they call it the present. Next is you need a vehicle. And so your vehicle kind of gives your gifts direction. It's how you deliver your gifts to the world. And so for me, my first vehicle was teaching. I've taught over 1,000 students. I've graduated over 200 students who are now doctors, lawyers, award-winning educators, working for Fortune 500 companies. Many of my students are making way more money than me, right? Next is coaching. I have coached thousands of college students to help them get into grad schools and job placements. I have a 100% satisfaction and placement rate for college students. I've also coached students and professionals, thousands of them, on career clarity. My third vehicle is speaking. I've spoken to over 170,000 people in 20 plus states in 3 countries. I have spoken to students from over 40 countries. And another great example of a vehicle is a chef might have a vehicle of cooking or cookbooks or TV shows. For my college students in here, maybe your vehicle is the internship, the student org, the externship, shadowing, doing research with faculty. Whatever the vehicle is, it should make you feel more like your authentic self. And so don't wait for a title to pick a vehicle. Next I want to talk about purpose. Right? So now that you know that you have a vehicle, now that you're going in a direction, you have to find purpose in that direction. Right? And so for me, my purpose was teaching. And that turned me into a doctor. And I'll be honest with you, I have the highest level of education in my family as a first-generation college student, and I'm the first in my family to get a doctorate degree. Becoming a doctor, following your purpose, is more about the journey than the destination. Because what's the point of becoming a medical doctor if you never practice? Or what's the purpose of becoming a doctor if you have no purpose? And this is my mom. And she used to tell me that her purpose was to raise her children to have a better life than she had. And she was successful. And she did it working for one company. Lastly is beliefs. So now that you found direction, now that you found your purpose, you have to believe that you're going in the right direction for a reason. Beliefs lead to thoughts, and thoughts lead to actions, and actions lead to impact. And your one thing, the belief in the one thing, might not be in the job title. It might be in a community, or an action, or a feeling. That's how it worked for me. I believed in my one thing, and that one thing helped me meet my wife on campus where I worked. And my wife is super fine, y'all. It also helped me become the father of 2 boys, one of whom almost has my exact face. I believe belief is that powerful that it can turn your vision into a reality. And even if you don't have it for yourself, you can lean on the belief of others. Believing in my one thing, teaching, helped me build the life of my dreams. And believing in one thing is hard. And you have to believe that that hard is for you, not against you, right? And I don't know what you may have overcome in your life, but I do believe you've overcome something. Maybe it was a family member that got a diagnosis, or a career-ending sports injury, or you had to move far away from home to start a new life. Whatever that thing is, you have to believe that it is for you, and you have everything you need to be successful. And so I'll end it with this. Here's my call to action. What's your one thing? What's your tree trunk? You don't need more roles or more titles, because the world is waiting on you to master one thing so you can use that clarity to change the world. Thank you. That's my